Hey 5th grade, I hope all is well. Today for health we're going to be going over a short review for test 3. This test will have the same format as most of our tests. It'll have a true-false section, which remember, don't ever write false. If the answer is false, then you're finding the word that makes it true. There'll be a fill-in-the-blank section. There'll be some diagrams of different body parts, things like that. But if you've been doing the reading and if you're watching this video, I think you'll be okay. So some terms that we need to know. Warm-ups are light exercises that send blood flowing to your muscles. These are exercises that you do before you really start exercising. Things like stretching, if you're going on a long run, and a fast-paced walk would be a good warm-up, things like that. Aerobics are continuous exercises that help your body process large amounts of oxygen efficiently. This is stuff like cardio, things like going on a run or a jog, jumping jacks, jump rope, things like that, things that get your blood pumping. Physical therapists are trained people who help others exercise their muscles. This is different than a personal trainer. A physical therapist is typically only used once someone has been injured or if they're older and they might possibly get injured if they're exercising. Whereas a personal trainer, anybody can use to help get in shape. Physical therapists are usually to help you get your muscles back where they should be. Obesity is being 20% or more overweight, and that has a lot of factors on your long-term health. It can cause additional diseases. And overweight is measured based on your height and age and gender. There are lots of charts and tests about that you can find online. Your body needs exercise for at least 20 to 30 minutes 3 times per week. Preferably this is aerobic exercise, something that gets your heart pumping and gets you at an elevated heart rate for a longer period of time. Strength training is good as well, and that will help your muscles long term, but you need to make sure that you're also doing cardio type activities. It is crucial that you do not bounce or jerk around when you are stretching. When you're warming up those muscles, they are slow flowing movements. It is not a time to try to do something quickly and moving around really all over the place. That can tear a muscle, strain it, all kinds of negative things for your body. The more muscles are used, the larger, stronger, and thicker they become. Kind of a use it or lose it type philosophy. If you're not using those muscles, they get smaller and weaker and thinner. Your skull helps protect your brain like a helmet. You should still be using a helmet if you're doing something where your head could get hurt, like riding a bike, skateboarding, things like that. But your skull is kind of a built-in helmet as well. There are 206 bones in a human body. The vertebrae help you to stand straight, but also allows you to bend. That's all the bones in your back. If you fall on one, or like if you fall and land on your back, you can seriously damage your vertebrae. That's what happens when people are paralyzed, typically. Something has happened with the vertebrae, with the nerves in their back, and so they can't bend them and use them properly. The part of the bone where red blood cells are manufactured is the bone marrow. The coccyx is the other name for your tailbone. Your ribs form a cage to protect your heart and lungs. That's why it's called the rib cage. It's kind of like a little helmet, like your skull is, but this one protects your heart and lungs. Now, your ribs, when you've seen the diagram, there are spaces between it, so something could still slip in and puncture your heart or lungs, but it's at least a nice barrier. Some diagrams that you're going to need for this test, I would look at page 105, which is your muscular system, and page 104, which is your respiratory system. Both of those, let me get there real quick, have different diagrams of those particular systems. Here is your muscular system. On the test, there will be a different illustration than this, but you will be expected to label most of these muscles. Things like the frontalis, which is right here, the sartorius, the deltoid, the pectorals, the abdominals, the temporalis, the gluteals. So these 3 diagrams here will definitely be helpful. You'll also have to label parts of the respiratory system. That's on 104. It is a little hard to tell, but these 2 circles here are these areas right here. So like right in here where that little circle is, that's where your bronchi are. Each of those little lines has another bronchi. This circle here, the bottom of your lungs, is where your alveoli and bronchioli are. Make sure you're paying attention to your alveoli. Those are kind of speckled throughout. But yeah, so 104 and 105 will definitely help with the test as well, so make sure you're using those. There's no need to have to guess on these different diagrams because you have them in the book for you. I hope all this is making sense, 5th grade. If you have any questions, please reach out to me on Jupiter or on Zoom. Stay safe. I'll see you soon.